And a very pleasant good afternoon and welcome, baseball fans, to another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons Baseball on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com. It's another day here at the Oregon Coast at the Single A Legion Baseball State Tournament as the Falcons face elimination today against the Columbia Gorge Hustlers. My name is Josh Eldridge, happy to be along with you today. It is just about game time as the Falcons, who enter play 35-5, take on the Hustlers, who are 23-12. The Falcons sent to this game after a heartbreaker yesterday at the hands of the Eugene Ole Athletics, 6-5. For the Columbia River Gorge Hustlers, they staved off elimination yesterday against the Everett Street Mechanics, defeating Everett Street 4-0 to find themselves here taking on the Falcons in an elimination game. We're down to our final four teams at this event, as we've got one more game to come later on today. Central Point takes on the Oles at 4 o'clock today to decide who moves on to Sunday in a potential championship series. Now, here's the interesting bit of information, is that the winner of this game is hoping that Eugene defeats Central Point tonight, because if that's the case, that means game number 14, the first game at 1 o'clock tomorrow, is going to be for the state championship, beginning the state championship series. And as we know, the state runner-up, along with the state champion, gets to go to the Northwest Class A regional tournament. So if the Oles can eliminate the Comets tonight, that means that the winner of this game also advances to the regional. But that's a lot of speculation. What I can tell you here is that the winner gets to play another day, and the loser's season is over. A lot riding on the line today between the Falcons and the Hustlers. So with that all being said, let's introduce you to today's starting lineups. And we'll begin with the visitors today, the Columbia Gorge Hustlers. Their lineup card turned in by their head coach. That would be Mr. Pat Clark. Leading off for the Hustlers is their shortstop, Brody Steuben. Landon Pratt is the left fielder. He bats second, followed by the catcher, Kingston McAdam. Trevor Jacobs is the pitcher. He hits fourth, followed by Cale Beardmore, the center fielder, batting fifth. Hitting sixth is Gunnar Bustos, the first baseman. Hitting seventh is Daley Miller, the designated hitter. Chase Peterson is the third baseman. He bats eighth, followed by Jake Patricelli, the second baseman, batting ninth for the Hustlers. They go up against Colby Medeiros on the hill for the Klamath Falls Falcons, and the lineup behind him goes like this. Carson Sims, the leadoff hitter, is playing shortstop. Corbin Hamilton, the left fielder, bats second. Jacoby Tacchini is catching. He bats third, followed by Ian Meyer at first base, hitting cleanup. Batting fifth is Colin Tacchini at third base. Hitting sixth is P.J. Safford, the designated hitter. Tristan Thomas is in right. He bats seventh. Ty Teeters is the second baseman. He hits eighth. And batting ninth is Harley Hoblet in center field. We are nearly ready for first pitch today in the Saturday edition of the Oregon Legion State Tournament. It is game number 12 of the event. Both of these teams 2-1 and looking to stave off elimination. As we take a look at the history between these two teams, it was a season ago that the Falcons had to play the Columbia Gorge Hustlers after losing to the Oles in the state tournament. Now, last year, the Falcons jumped all over the Hustlers in that game, a 16-1 win. They came out swinging. It was 12 runs in the first 2 innings for the Falcons. They'd love to replicate that performance today. And as we look at the team's performance this tournament, it's kind of interesting because the Columbia River Gorge Hustlers come in, like I said, with that 2-1 record, but they have a negative run differential and, in fact, have scored the second fewest runs in the entire tournament. They've been outscored 8-9 in 3 games, but have found a way to win 2 of them and stick around in the tournament. The Falcons have a +7 run differential, 15 runs scored, 8 runs allowed. The team with the best run differential coming into play today would be Central Point, who takes on Eugene, the other team with the best run differential. So it's a good day of baseball. You got 4 teams left in the entire state. There's no slouches left, and we're going to have to play tough, play hard, and try to get a win and live to play another day. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll be ready for first pitch on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Josh Eldridge back with you here at Clyde Allen Field in North Bend, Oregon, the site of the Oregon Single A Legion State Tournament. The Klamath Falls Falcons taking on the Columbia Gorge Hustlers today, and Colby Medeiros getting the start on the hill for the Falcons. He's making his 7th start of the year. It's his 13th overall appearance. Medeiros leads the team in innings pitched, a 43 2/3 innings pitched this season, an 8-0 record. He's allowed 34 hits, but just 4 runs. He's walked 11 batters and struck out 37. Good for a ERA of 6.41 entering play today. That is second best on the team. Medeiros has thrown a couple of times in this tournament already and has done a fine job against some of the better teams in the state of Oregon as he pitched against pulling it up here. He pitched against Everett Street in the opening game of the tournament, got 1/3 of an innings pitched, got the win there. Pitched 2/3 of an innings against the Ole's yesterday and got a no decision. The Falcons lost, but now getting his first start of the tournament as he gets ready to face Brody Steuben. Steuben, the starting shortstop for the Hustlers, takes a first pitch inside, and that's how we get things started right on time today on the coast. 1 o'clock here local time. It is 68 degrees and breezy here at Clyde Allen Field. Pitch from Medeiros also misses inside. Count is 2-0 to the hitter, Steuben. I guess this is typical fare for Clyde Allen Field with the breeze not just blowing in one particular direction, but kind of all over the place. As the 2-0 pitch is lifted to right field, Trustin Thomas going back. That one is going to be caught. And there's one gone in the inning. I think that's already a good example of how the wind is going to affect the baseball today. It's hard to see on the live stream. In fact, you might not be able to see it at all, but I can see the American flag waving right over the right field fence, and it's a great indicator that the wind is all over the place today. So high fly balls, foul balls, they're going to be tough to read today. You might even get lucky and catch a jet stream going out to right or left field, depending on how it all blows, as Landon Pratt steps in here for the Hustlers and takes strike one on the outer third. Around the defense for the Falcons today, Jacoby Tacchini is catching. Here's the 0-1. That one's ripped to left field and down for a base hit down the line. That's going to roll into the corner. Landon Pratt rounds first, heads for second. He'll get in standing with a one-out double for the Hustlers in the first inning. Just to wrap up the defense for the Falcons for you, Colin Tacchini is at third base. Carson Sims at short. Ty Teeters is at second with Ian Meyer at first. Corbin Hamilton plays left field. Harley Hoblet is in center. And Trustin Thomas is in right. This brings up Kingston McAdam, the catcher for Columbia Gorge today. Again, off a 4-0 win yesterday against Portland. Everett Street Mechanics staved off elimination there. It was just a steady attack over the course of the game and quality pitching that kept Portland off the board. As the first pitch from Medeiros misses wide to McAdam, 1-0. Medeiros from Lost River High School delivers the pitch. Big lead off a second for Pratt. The pitch in is going to miss wide. Count is 2-0. Kingston McAdam from Hood River Valley High School, a recent graduate this past spring, an all-state recipient in the 5A classification. Here's the pitch from Medeiros, the 2-0. That one is hit foul. Count is 2-1. So 5A All-State against 2A All-State here at the Single A Legion State Tournament. Hood River Valley was the second-ranked team heading into the 5A playoffs this year. The 2-1 is on its way. Here's the pitch. It misses wide. Hood River Valley would then turn that into a quarterfinal appearance where they fell to Ridgeview in that round 6-4. Counts 3 balls and a strike to Kingston McAdam. Then Trevor Jacobs, the pitcher, is due up next. Jacoby Takini goes out and has a chat with his pitcher, Medeiros, after falling behind 3-1 here. Takini trying to keep his guys in line. You know, after a tough loss yesterday, teams can go one of two ways where it was real back and forth. Down 3 runs, surge ahead to go up 5-3, and then you lose 6-5. You can say, well, gosh, that one stings. The 3-1 is popped up, playable for Takini behind home plate, and he catches it in the breadbasket for the second out. But as I was saying, teams can tighten up, and they can say, gosh, we should have won that one, and stew about it, and think real hard about it. Or you can do what the Falcons have seemingly done, which is loosen up even more. I mean, as I got to the ballpark today, they were throwing the football around, having fun. Trevor Jacobs steps in now for the Hustlers. And so I think there's something to be said about staying loose in this setting. A deep fly ball foul off to the right side. Counts 0-1 to Trevor Jacobs. And it's one thing for the players to keep that attitude and try to keep that attitude, but I think it's another thing for the coaches to encourage it too. I mean, it wasn't just the players throwing around the football. When I got to the ballpark today, Sean Teeters was out there running routes. So that pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-1. He was calling plays, getting in on the action, tried to guard Colin Takini. Colin beat him, but tried to guard him. And so it was having fun getting to the ballpark today. And I think at the tournament, you've got to. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Medeiros elevates the fastball. A ball and 2 strikes to Trevor Jacobs. There's 2 gone in the inning, and a runner at second is Landon Pratt. Medeiros trying to strand him there. Teeters keeping Pratt close. He's got a pretty sizable lead out there at second. Comes set, clocks it. There's some daylight there, but Medeiros is going to go home with the 1-2 pitch. That one is poked to Teeters at second. Up with it cleanly, throws to Meyer at first in time, and that'll do it in the top of the first inning. A 1-out double won't hurt the Falcons in the first. We go to the bottom half next on 104.3, 960 Sports, and MyBasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
It's the bottom of the first inning, and the Klamath Falls Falcons scoreless with the Columbia River Gorge Hustlers in the Oregon Single A Legion State Tournament and elimination game this afternoon. Falcons got Carson Sims, Corbin Hamilton, and Jacoby Takini ready to lead things off against Trevor Jacobs, the right-hander, getting the start for the Hustlers today. Jacobs, also class of 26 from Hood River Valley. He's making his third start of the season. He's 1-0 and has an ERA of 4.2 entering play today as Carson Sims gets ready to step in now. First pitch on the way from Trevor Jacobs. First pitch swinging and a strike. Swung on and missed. Sims falls behind here. Carson in yesterday's game had a double in the 7th inning, would come in and score a run. That inning, the Falcons scored 3 to, at the time, take a lead. A lead which evaporated in the bottom half of the 7th inning on a bases-clearing RBI double from Coda Skinner that put the Olies as victors in the game yesterday. The 1-1 pitch home to Sims is going to miss off the plate wide. Count is 2-1 to Carson. Defensively, Carson was hit with an error that wound up coming in to score on one of those runs that scored on that walk-off double. So hoping to atone for that today. He hits one well to center field, but Beardmore looks playable for him, and he makes the catch. There's one gone in the first. Defensively for Columbia Gorge today, McAdams is catching, Peterson at third, Steuben at short with Patricelli at second, Bustos at first, Pratt in left, Beardmore in center, and Case in right. Here's Corbin Hamilton for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Yesterday was 0 for 3, but did have a sacrifice fly with an RBI in the 7th inning of yesterday's contest against the Olies. Here he bats with the bases empty and 1 out. Takes the first pitch off the outside away. The count 1-0. Now the pitch. That one misses low. Curveball in below the knees against Hamilton. He works ahead 2-0 against the right-hander from Hood River Valley. Good ball club in Hood River Valley. 21-7. Like I said, number 2 in the 5A class this year. But for Hamilton, experience on a good prep team himself. Of course, with the Henley Hornets, who made it all the way to the 4A semifinal. He works ahead here 3-0 against Jacobs. Finally, Jacobs finds the zone on the outside corner. And it's 3-1 to the Falcons' right-handed hitting left fielder, Corbin Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. Hamilton works a 1-out walk. Hamilton, as far as his pitching eligibility, I believe he can pitch a little bit today. I think he's hard capped at 45 today, if I'm not mistaken, and he's unlocked fully tomorrow. Here's the first pitch to Jacoby Takini. That one's going to miss in the turf and get away from the catcher, McAdams, and Hamilton with a good read advances to second on the wild pitch. And so with the runner in scoring position and Takini in a 1-0 count, he settles back in. The team leader in RBI looking to add another. Takini yesterday was 1 for 2 in the ball game. Had a single in the 4th inning. He was hit by a pitch and walked, though, so he did earn his way aboard in other ways. As the count 2-0 now to Takini. Team leader in RBIs, 69 on the season. And with a golden opportunity to add one here in the bottom of the 1st inning of an elimination game. Takes a pitch low and away there. The count's 3-0 with Ian Meyer due up next for the Falcons. Jacobs set, McAdams with the target. Here's the 3-0 home. That one is knee-high over the plate and called a strike. Count is 3-1 to Takini. Got some of the Olies packing in now, along with some Central Point fans. I think we've got fans from all 4 teams left here today as Takini, I think that was a walk. I don't think it hit him, but I believe regardless, he's going to find his way aboard, and Chase Barrett's going to come in and replace him. We'll say it's a walk. It would have been ball 4 anyway. And so it'll bring up Ian Meyer. Meyer getting ready to step in. 2 men on, just 1 man out. I think it's great that the Olies and the Crater fans coming in here early to watch who they might be playing, given a certain situation. If the Olies win, they'll play the winner of this game. If Central Point wins, they'll play the winner of this game. And then the winner of that game would play Eugene in the state championship game. Meyer sends a ground ball to short. Steuben up with it. Throw on to second for 1. On to first is in time. And a 6-4-3 double play gets the Hustlers out of the 1st inning We go to the top half of the second, scoreless on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
It's the top of the second inning, and the Hustlers have got Cale Beardmore, Gunnar Bustos, and Daley Miller do up this half inning. Hustlers today in their red tops. Hustlers written across their chest in blue with a white outline and gray pants. Falcons in their old white unis today. Falcons written across their chest in blue. Red numbers across their fronts. And I believe blue on the back. Here's the pitch. Misses in. Count is 1-0 to Cale Beardmore. Beardmore, class of 28 from the Dalles High School. 1-0, misses in. 2-0. The Dalles, a 4A school, I believe. Oh, they must have got promoted. That pitch called a strike. No, the Dalles was 4A. They finished 4-8 in their league, 14-13 overall. And here's a ground ball to the left side. And Beardmore with a leadoff single here in the second inning. Brings up Gunnar Bustos, the first baseman here for Columbia Gorge. Bustos taking a look at him. He is another product of the Dalles, class of 28 over there, his second season with this team as Medeiros moves on over to first to check on Beardmore. He's got a good move, being a right-hander. Another move over there, but again, back safely is Beardmore. And after Bustos in the order is Daley Miller. Here's the pitch from Medeiros. It's going to miss outside. The count is 1-0. Medeiros typically a good job at limiting traffic on the base paths, but what he's really good at is limiting guys squaring up on balls and extra base hits. And so it's going to take Columbia Gorge to string a few together against Medeiros today. Here's a ground ball to short. Sims onto Teeters for one. Short hops Meyer at first, and the ball gets behind Ian. And so they get the lead runner. But Bustos reaches there on the fielder's choice, and it brings up Daley Miller. And so Miller stepping in, the designated hitter. He's batting for the right fielder, Sawyer Case, today. And so for Teeters, got to have a short memory, short hop in that ball. I don't think it'll go in as an error, but we'll have to wait for sure. As the pitch to Miller, the left-handed stick is in the turf. Count is 1-0 to him. And Chase Peterson is due up next for the Hustlers. Medeiros set. Left-handed hitters certainly have an advantage at this ballpark as Medeiros slides in strike one. Shallow right field fence, 289 to right, 377 to straightaway center, 312 to right. But the two homers that the Falcons have hit this tournament have been deep fly balls to left. No one's been able to escape that right field fence yet, and I thought it was because of the wind. Today, that's proving the case. The wind's blowing all over the place. It's tough to push it out to right field. The 1-2 pitch home to Miller is fouled off, and he sticks around to see another. Not much of a lead off of first for Bustos. Meyer keeping him close. Madero set. And that one wound up behind the hitter, Miller. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madero's looking in here against Miller. Class of 28 from the Dalles. The pitch is a chopper foul. And again, 2-2. Madero's mixing up locations well, although he did miss behind the batter once, but he's gone up, down, inside, outside here to the lefty. He's got 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madero steps off, I think was instructed to by the umpire to allow someone to retreat back into the Hustlers' dugout, but it looks like we're ready for baseball. The 2-2 home is going to hit him on the foot. And it moves Bustos into scoring position and puts Miller aboard. And it brings up Chase Peterson. Peterson also class of 28 from the Dalles. This team is it's uniquely built. They've got a lot of guys, I suppose not a lot, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who are all high school graduates, class of 26, and then a whole host of 28s and 29s. No guys who are going to be seniors next year. No class of 27 on their team. So you've got quite a few older kids, quite a few younger kids, but here they are in the state tournament. Regardless of roster composition, this team has won a lot of baseball games this year, and they are here in the state tournament, staved off elimination yesterday, and now looking to beat the defending state champs. 2-man on here for Chase Peterson, as after making sure Miller was okay, being hit by a pitch, had to walk that one off. It hit him on the ankle, but he looks to be okay. Here's the first pitch to Chase Peterson. That one's going to miss low. 1-0 in the artificial turf surface around home plate. The pitcher's mound is also artificial turf. Everywhere else is natural grass or dirt as you see it on mybasin.com. The 1-0 on its way home is off speed and fouled straight back. The count 1-1 now to Peterson with Jake Patricelli due up next. Two men on, just one man out for the Hustlers in this second inning, looking to push their first run across in this elimination contest. Here's the first pitch, the 1-1 pitch to Peterson. That one is popped up right side, I think out of play. And it did drift out of play. Count as a ball and 2 strikes here to Peterson. Great day here at the coast. Like I said, 68 degrees, breezy. Not many clouds out here. It's fine beach weather. And hopefully the Falcons can celebrate after this one with a trip to the beach. The 1-2 is just off the outside corner. 2-2. Madero's tried to go with the 2-seam, but it did not break back enough across the plate. Madero's has good movement on both of his fastballs. The 2-2 is going to dip beneath the zone. 3-2. His 2-seam obviously has that, arm action, the arm side run, but his 4-seam also runs to the glove side. It's got a little bit of cut action to it. Here's the 3-2 from Colby. Curveball hit to right center field. Thomas coming in. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Both runners stay pat at their position, second and first. So now it's Jake Patricelli trying to come up with the 2-out knock to help his team get on the board here in the second inning. Patricelli is also from Hood River Valley High School. Class of 2028. Stands in the right-handed batter's box. No batting gloves. Always got to point that out. Much respect. Ball misses outside, 1-0. He's got none of the typical fare. No elbow guard, no shin guard, no batting gloves. He said, give me a helmet, give me a bat. I'm ready to hit. The 1-0 home. Misses outside, 2-0. Lineup card turns over next for the Hustlers. Brody Steuben due up next. Jacoby Tacchini goes out and chats with Madero's. Tacchini trying to keep his pitcher level-headed out there. Medeiros, one of the more level-headed guys on this team, the only representative from Lost River High School. Medeiros knows what it's like to come into a team brand new. Did it last year with the Falcons from Bonanza. Did it again in the spring when he transferred from Bonanza to Lost River. The 2-0 hit high to the right side. Looks playable in the infield for Ty Teeters, and he makes the catch. And after a leadoff base hit, the Hustlers strand 2, and we'll go to the bottom of the second inning scoreless on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Welcome you back to Clyde Allen Field on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com. Scoreless in the bottom of the second. Colin Tacchini, PJ Safford, Trustin Thomas do up this half inning for the Falcons as that pitch misses inside. The count is 1-1 to Colin Tacchini. Waits the delivery here from Trevor Jacobs. Tacchini takes a pitch outside there. Had an RBI single in the game yesterday in the 6th inning. Falcons scored 2 runs in the 6th, 3 in the 7th yesterday. That was all their offense. It took them a while to get going. Looking for something a bit earlier here today against Columbia Gorge. The 2-1 home to Tacchini. Finds the inside part of the plate, and the count is even to Colin. Getting the start at third base today. Started at second base yesterday. Ty Teeters was a late scratch from the lineup, but he's in the order today, so Colin gets to play his native field position of third base as he swings and misses at the inside pitch and goes down on strikes for the first out in the second inning. And it brings up PJ Safford. Safford took the loss on the mound yesterday in the walk-off win against Eugene, gave up the walk-off double. Line drive to center field that skipped over Harley Hoblett's head. That pitch is going to miss high to Safford, 1-0. But PJ said, you know what? It was awful. I didn't like it, but what can you do except move on, flush it. That's all you can do. The 1-0 to Safford misses away, 2-0. And I think that's the attitude that the Falcons have carried coming into the ballpark today. You're here at the state tournament. Sometimes you lose a game. That's why it's double elimination. Stay loose, stay having fun. I mean, after all, we are playing a game. And so Safford in a 2-1 count, looking to get something going for his group. After PJ in the order, it's Trustin Thomas. The 2-1 home. Big curveball misses up. 3-1 the count from Trevor Jacobs. He did walk 2 batters in the first, but a 6-4-3 double play helped him get out of that inning. There's a strikeout here in the second to lead off the inning, and now Safford chops one over to the first base side. Bustos easily up with it, takes it to the bag himself, 2 gone in the inning. So now it brings up Trustin Thomas, a right fielder for the Falcons. Had a first yesterday, first long shot of the season. Hit a home run in the 7th inning that at the time, I believe, tied up the game for the Falcons. Yeah, it did. It tied up the game for the Falcons. Led off the 7th with that homer. And allowed the Falcons to continue to rally and eventually take a lead. One that they would surrender in the bottom half, but a good day yesterday for Trustin as he takes strike 1. knee high over the plate, 0-1. Along with the homer yesterday, Trustin was grounded out and walked in that game. Here's the 0-1 to Thomas. That one misses in. Had to jump out of the way of that one. Counts even to Trust. Ty Teeters due up next. Like I said, he was a late scratch yesterday, so good to see him back in the order today. The 1-1 to Thomas is going to be slotted in the outer third. Count is 1-2 to Trustin. As Trevor Jacobs looks to make short work of the Falcons here in the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless here from Clyde Allen Field. The 1-2 home. Check swing, but it's called strike three against Thomas. Falcons down in order in the second. We go to the third next on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Josh Eldridge back with you as we get set for the top half of the third inning in a scoreless ball game on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. It's the top of the Hustlers order due up. Brody Steuben, Landon Pratt, and Kingston McAdam. Steuben on the season is batting .371 as he fouls off the first pitch there. Steuben flew out in the first inning, popped out to Thomas in right. But like I said, .371 hitter, has got 8 doubles, couple of triples, and a homer this season. Sends a chopper to the left side. Takini charging. It's off the end of the leather. Not able to make the play cleanly. And so Steuben, with a leadoff base hit here in the inning, brings up Landon Pratt. Pratt doubled in the first inning, was left stranded in scoring position in that inning. By the way, second hit of the day there for the Hustlers. The first was off the bat of the man who steps in now, Landon Pratt. He bats .282 this season. 6 doubles, 17 RBIs, 28 runs scored. Steuben leads off of first. Pratt lines one to the left side. Foul. Counts 0-1. After Landon Pratt, it's Kingston McAdam in the order for the Columbia Gorge Hustlers. Middle infield going to try to turn a double play on a ground ball. Madero's going to try to induce one of those double plays. That pitch misses low. You can see he's trying to get Pratt to roll over one, and a good job by Jacoby Takini to get down and knock that one down, disallow the runner to advance, eliminating the possibility of a double play. The 1-1 pitch home to Landon Pratt. That one also misses low, 2-1. Again, an elimination game today between the Falcons and the Hustlers. Both teams 2-1 in tournament play. The 2-1 pitch home is called a strike. Might have been a touch below the knees, but over the plate. Count is 2-2 to Pratt. And now Pratt going to have to protect that lower part of the zone. See if Medeiros tries to exploit it here. He goes outside with the breaking pitch, and Pratt goes down swinging for the first out in the third inning. And so now it's Kingston McAdam popped out in foul territory his last time up in the first inning. Looking for a better go of it for his part today. McAdam, a .265 hitter on the season. 6 doubles, 2 homers on the year. He leads the team in that category. Here he sends a bouncer to Sims at short. On to Teeters for 1, to Meyer for 2. They got him! A 6-4-3 double play to get Medeiros out of the third. And we go to the bottom half next, scoreless on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Bottom of the third inning, and we're scoreless at Clyde Allen Field in North Bend, Oregon at the Class A Legion State Baseball Tournament. Ty Teeters, Harley Hoblet, Carson Sims do up this half for the Falcons as they continue to go to work against Trevor Jacobs. Has gotten through the first 2 innings without allowing a base hit. A couple of base runners in the first, although an inning-ending double play squashed any chance at a Falcons rally to open the ball game. Looking to get something new started, and here's Ty Teeters. Didn't get an at-bat yesterday. Was, like I said, a late scratch from the lineup. I went back to game against Central Point. Ty Teeters walked twice and was hit by a pitch once. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity to truthfully swing the stick yet. Even going back to the first day of the tournament was 0 for 3. He's now even in the count. A ball and a strike is Teeters. Harley Hoblet waits on deck here for the Falcons. Jacobs is set. The 1-1 pitch. Nice curveball. Finds the zone. 1-2. Started up above the hands of Teeters. Broke across the plate and found the outside corner. Jacobs with 2 strikes on Teeters. The pitch misses high and in up near the eyes of Ty. Bends out of the way and the count's 2-2. Gets the sign from McAdams. Jacobs set and delivers. That one is hit foul. Teeters a little bit out in front of that pitch. The count remains 2-2. Center field playing fairly shallow here for Columbia Gorge, anticipating Teeters to maybe pull this one. But here he hits it to the opposite way, foul. The count is still 2-2 to Teeters. Again, it's a bit of a shallow fence like we've talked about, a plywood fence too, unforgiving. We've seen a couple of guys take a pretty good bounce off of that fence. Teeters rolls one over to Patricelli at second. Routine play on to first in time, 1 gone in the third. So now it brings up Harley Hoblet. Hoblet, the number 9 hitter in the Falcons order. Yesterday, Harley was 0 for 2, grounded out a couple of times. He did walk and score once. Still looking for his first hit of tournament play. What a time it'd be to come up with one here. First pitch to Hoblet, hit well to right field, but Case, moving towards the line, makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 gone to Hoblet. 2 outs in the inning, and it brings up Carson Sims. Sims 0 for 1 in the ball game, flew out in the first. Trying to get something going here with 2 outs for the Falcons. First pitch to Sims. He shows bunt, but pulls back. The count's 1-0. Carson on the season bats .379 for the Falcons. 40 of his 50 hits have been singles. He's got 8 doubles and 2 triples on the year. Takes a pitch beneath the knees on the inside part for ball 2. Sims is second on the team in at-bats this year as he takes a pitch on the inside part, 2-1 the count. He's been the leadoff hitter all year long and leads the team in runs scored, 59, because he gets on base to a tune of 48%. The 2-1 to Sims. Misses low, 3-1. Sims is able to get aboard. Corbin Hamilton is due up next. 3-1. The pitch from Jacobs. off the plate away, and Sims works a walk with 2 outs in the inning, and it does bring up Corbin Hamilton, first base runner for the Falcons since the first inning. So with Hamilton getting ready to step in, he also walked his last time up in the first, got as far as second base before the inning-ending double play. Good speed at first. We'll see how aggressive, if at all, the Falcons get with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch to Hamilton, hanging curveball taken for strike 1. Hamilton recognizes it out of the hand. Might be a different story, but you go off speed on the first pitch from Jacobs. It's not a bad pitch. Counts 0-1. Here it comes to Hamilton. Goes fastball away, misses away. Counts even to Corbin with Jacoby Takini due up next if we get there. Hamilton, a .442 hitter this season. 3 triples, 5 doubles, 31 RBI. The 1-1. That one also called a strike. Thought that one was in a similar location to the previous one, but I think it must have just got a bit of the plate. Count is 1-2 to Hamilton. Coach Sean Teeters down the third base side, giving Hamilton a set of signals. Coach Joe Takini down the first base side. And the 1-2 on its way home. It's going to miss in the turf. Sims, a late steal to second, but he gets in safely. It was a pitch in the turf that McAdams did well on to knock it down. I'm not sure if Sims didn't have a great read on it, but when you're that quick, sometimes it can make up for a mental lapse, and I think in that case it did for Carson. He's in the scoring position. And now we'll see if Hamilton can make him pay for it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, scoreless in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. That's a ground ball towards second. Patricelli up with it. Throw to first is in time. And after a 2-out walk that gets into scoring position, the Falcons head to the fourth, still in a scoreless ball game on 104.3, 960 Sports and MyBasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Josh Eldridge with you, getting set for the top of the fourth inning of this elimination contest between Columbia Gorge and Klamath Falls. Again, scoreless, no runs, 2 hits for Columbia Gorge, no errors. For Klamath Falls, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Trevor Jacobs, Cale Beardmore, and Gunnar Bustos do up this half inning for Columbia Gorge as they get things going against Colby Medeiros. A well-struck ball to center field. Harley Hoblet jumps to bring it in. And a nice play in center for Harley. And there's one gone in the fourth inning. It brings up Cale Beardmore. Beardmore 1 for 1 today. Singled to lead off the second inning and then was out as a lead runner on a fielder's choice, so didn't get a chance to get around the bases too much, but sees Medeiros for the second time today and watches a pitch miss low. Count is 1-0. That one is called a strike. Counts even at 1. Trying to pull up the stats here for Beardmore. He bats .270 on the season for Columbia Gorge. That one misses inside, 2-1. Beardmore, 4 doubles, couple of triples, 19 RBIs, 32 runs scored, is the most on the ball club. Medeiros misses low with that one, 3-1 to Beardmore. With 1 out in the fourth, looking to get on base with Bustos due up next. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Medeiros, and it does miss low. Oh, called a strike. 3-2. All right, here's the pitch from Medeiros. The 3-2 is gonna ring him up. Similar location, knee-high over the plate. Medeiros exploiting the lower third to get the strikeout looking, and it brings up Bustos. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Medeiros, and with 2 gone in the inning, here's Bustos. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. That pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-1. If Bustos finds a way aboard, it's Staley Miller who's due up next. Here's a chopper to the left side, but foul. And quickly, Medeiros has 2 strikes on the number 6 man in the order. Bustos, a .288 hitter this season for Columbia Gorge. Curveball hit high to center field. That one is caught by Hoblet. And a nice read by Harley, patiently awaiting the wind to dictate that baseball. He makes the catch, and the Hustlers go down in order in the 4th. We go to the bottom half next in a scoreless ball game on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides, and or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com. Or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Jacoby Tacchini, Ian Meyer, and Colin Tacchini do up this half inning for the Falcons as they look to get something going against the Hustlers in the bottom of the 4th of a scoreless ball game. Here's the pitch. Tacchini hits one high in foul territory to the right side and foul. Count is 0-1 to Tacchini. He walked his last time up in the 1st inning. Tacchini hit a deep homer earlier at the state tournament, his 3rd of the year, driving in his 69th run. The 0-1 is going to miss away. Count is 1-1 to Tacchini, team's 2nd leading hitter, .488 on the year. Falcons looking for their 1st hit of the day. The pitch to Tacchini, misses low, 2-1. Had a couple of base runners. Jacobs has delivered 3 walks to the Falcons, but no one has gotten as far as 3rd base yet. The 2-1 misses low, and Tacchini works ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Get dangerous territory and a hitter's count against one of the better hitters in the state. Tacchini rips one foul down the left field side, and the count is full, 3-2. Jacobs looks in against McAdams, or I suppose to McAdams against Tacchini. Here's the 3-2. That one is going to ring up Tacchini, got him in the knees. That pitch has been there for the pitchers today, and Tacchini strike 3 looking. It brings up Ian Meyer. Meyer grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 1st inning. On the season, the team's leading bat, 508 on the year. Takes strike 1. Two-seam fastball on the outer third, about belt high to Meyer. He falls behind 0-1. Jacobs, who's worked out of the stretch all day, delivers the pitch and misses wildly on the outside. Count even. And Colin Tacchini due up next. You see him there on your screen. He's waiting on deck here to try to bat with a guy on if Meyer can find his way aboard. The 1-1 curveball finds the inside part, a ball and 2 strikes to Meyer. having to protect the zone. We'll see if Jacobs goes low again, like he did to Takini in the at-bat before. Well, he did, and Meyer got a hold of it, sends it out to center field, but Beardmore is able to make the catch. And there's 2 outs in the 4th, and it brings up Colin Takini. Takini 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the 2nd inning, trying to be a 2-out base runner for the Falcons here. Colin, a .360 hitter on the season. 11 doubles on the year. That's 2nd most on the club. Pops one up center field, shallow. Someone's going to have to read it. It's the shortstop, Steuben, tucks that one away. The Falcons down in order in the 4th. We head to the 5th, still scoreless on mybasin.com.
All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Bottom 3rd of the order due up for Columbia Gorge in the top of the 5th inning. It's their designated hitter, Daley Miller, to lead things off. The left-handed stick was hit by a pitch his last time up as Medeiros begins this inning with the ball missing low and away. Counts 1-0. Miller, a .261 hitter on the season. 5 extra base hits for him. Not as big of a sample size as some of his compatriots on the Hustlers team. Miller's only got 69 at-bats this year compared with, 80, 90, 100 with some of the other everyday starters. The 2-0. This is wide 3-0. That's how we get this at-bat started to Daley Miller. The game moves on, top of the 5th. 3-0 pitch home. That one misses outside. A leadoff walk here for Miller. And this is where mental fortitude really comes in, because we've talked in the early parts of the broadcast about the Falcons trying to stay loose, have fun today, but as the game goes on and it remains scoreless, I think teams start to get a little restless. You start to tighten up a little bit. It's just inevitable. And so, you could see a situation here where the first team to score really seizes the momentum. Playing from behind this late, it's going to be tough to do. So these starting pitchers, they're starting to feel with every pitch the pressure mounting. We'll see how Medeiros can handle it. Looks like we've got a new hitter in here for Columbia Gorge. It's going to be... Nope, I stand corrected. It is still Chase Peterson. He looks to lay down a bunt. Does so well. Medeiros is up with it. Meyer covering the bag, and a nice job there. That was Chase Peterson on the bunt. Sacrifice. Miller to second. And now Jake Patricelli trying to knock in a run here in the top of the 5th inning. Patricelli popped out to second base in the 2nd inning. Medeiros set. Here's the pitch home. Misses wide, 1-0. Patricelli on the season is a .294 hitter. Only has 1 extra base hit this year, but it only takes a single to potentially score the runner in at second as that pitch misses high. Count is 2-0. And Takini again going out to chat with Medeiros. He's at 61 pitches, but at this point you're going to stick with Medeiros as long as he'll take you, because, well, the tournament's over after tomorrow. No worrying about eligibility at this point for Colby. He's going to pitch as long as he can. As long as he continues to deal, the Falcons will ride him. Takini returns behind home plate. Count is 2-0. Runner at second. Here's the pitch home. That one also misses low. The count is 3-0. Lineup card turns over next. Brody Steuben due up for the Hustlers in the fifth next. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's called a strike. Knee high. Looked maybe on the outside part, but not a bad pitch from Medeiros, just trying to get one across there. Now still in a hitter's count against Patricelli. He's probably going to get a good pitch to hit here. The offering from Medeiros is a two-seam fastball, started off the plate, but with that run, it found the zone. And the count is full to Patricelli. Big pitch coming up from Medeiros, working back into this one to run it full. And the pitch to Patricelli. Chopper to third. Takini plays it on two hops, looks the runner back. The throw to first is there. There's two gone in the inning. Runner stays at second. Here's Brody Steuben. Good play there by Colin to take his time, look the runner back to second, and keep him there. Now with 2 outs in the inning, it's going to take a hit from Steuben to try to knock him in. He does have a hit today, though. Singled in the third, and he flew out in the first. Steuben on the season, a .371 hitter. The pitch. Off speed, called a strike, 0-1. .371 average, good for best on the team. Leads the team in hits, doubles. Spin the guy they've relied on this season and turn into him here in the fifth inning of an elimination game. The 0-1 hit right back to Medeiros. Underhand toss to Meyer. And that's the name of the game for Colby. Weak contact gets him out of the inning. And we stay scoreless, headed to the bottom half of the fifth next on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Rob, why do you think so many families choose Subaru here?
Because they're built for real life here in Southern Oregon.
All-wheel drive, safety, and room for everything from kids to camping gear.
And we've got Subarus in stock, ready to go when you are.
Plus, we're locally owned and deeply involved in the community.
When you buy from us, you buy from a dealership that supports Klamath Falls. Stop by and say hi.
Friendly, local, and easy to work with. That's us at Klamath Falls Subaru, right on Washburn Way.
Bottom of the fifth inning, still scoreless here at the Single-A Legion State Tournament. P.J. Safford, Trustin Thomas, and Ty Teeters do up this half as the Falcons look to get something going against the Columbia River Gorge Hustlers. Safford, line drive, through and into center field. And the Falcons have their first hit of the day to lead off the fifth inning. Thomas trying to keep the momentum. See if the Falcons have seized something here in the fifth. Safford with the leadoff single. Thomas stepping in now. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second. Corners come in, protecting a bunt. We'll see if Thomas lays one down here. The pitch. Thomas swinging away. Ground ball up the middle. A shortstop up with it. Throw on to second for one. Thomas beats out the back end. And a fielder's choice allows a runner to stay on base. Safford is out, but Thomas aboard here for Ty Teeters. Teeters 0 for 1 in the ball game today. He grounded out in the third inning. Teeters on the season, a .398 hitter. Here's the offering from Jacobs. Misses away, 1-0. Much like yesterday, this game moving at a quick pace. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning, only 56 minutes into this ball game. Here's the pitch from two Teeters. We'll have to wait, actually, because they move over to Thomas at first, but he's back. Trustin's got some good speed, although I'm going to try to look at his stats here. Guy, Doesn't steal a ton of bases. Line drive sent out to second. On to second for one, but Teeters again beats out the back end. Thomas was forced to freeze on the line drive in the infield. It short hopped Patricelli, so he was pretty much dead in the water at second base, but Teeters able to beat it out. So a single and back-to-back fielder's choices put us with 2 outs. And a runner at first for Harley Hoblet. Here's the pitch. It's taken in the turf. The count is 1-0. Hoblet on the season bats .307. He's got 1 extra base hit this season. Ty Teeters has got some decent speed over there at first. If you look at the stolen base numbers, it wouldn't reflect that, but he runs the bases intelligently. The 1-0. Hoblet thought about laying down a bunt, a pitch in the turf. Hoblet pulls back. The count's 2-0. Hoblet's got good speed as well. You could theoretically say, well, do you have him lay down a bunt, try to beat one out? Maybe. But here we go. Coaches for Columbia Gorge coming out to have a chat with the infield. 64 pitches for Trevor Jacobs. I would imagine that Columbia Gorge is in the same boat as the Falcons are, where you got your starter today, and you're going to let it ride as long as they'll take you. And so far, the starting pitching has been phenomenal today for both teams. Big pitches when it counts. These teams and these defenses are playing like, well, their season's on the line because it is today. Home plate umpire goes to break out the party. And we're just about ready for baseball. Teeters returns to first. It's a 2-0 count to Harley Hoblet. Harley finds a way on base. It's Carson Sims who's due up next. A lot of fans in attendance today at Clyde Allen Field again for both of our teams. The Falcons and Columbia Gorge, but also Central Point and Eugene fans and teams have filed in to watch this one, and they've been treated to a good baseball game so far. The 2-0 is taken for a strike, 2-1. Hoblet crowds the plate. The 2-1 is fisted towards second base. Patricelli, another chance, makes the catch. After a leadoff single, the Falcons strand a runner. We go to the top half of the 6th in a scoreless ball game on mybasin.com.
When your care feels complicated, you need someone who won't back away. At Heartfelt, they are known for taking on the cases others won't. Complex, high-risk, and deeply personal situations that deserve real attention. They specialize in minimally invasive procedures, helping you heal faster and get back to your life, your family, your work. And they are here for the long term, not just one visit. No referrals needed, just care that truly shows up for you. Visit heartfeltobgyn.com or call 541-205-6890. Heartfelt OBGYN. Expert care when it matters most.
At Pacific Power, we can't predict the future, but we're preparing for every possibility. With more extreme weather year-round, we're investing in an energy system ready for what comes next. By strengthening the grid, using smart infrastructure, and drawing from our diverse energy resources, we're not just powering today. We're designing an energy system that's built to weather tomorrow. Energy that makes powering your greatness possible.
Top of the 6th inning on 104.3, 960 Sports, and mybasin.com. Scoreless between the Klamath Falls Falcons and the Columbia Gorge Hustlers at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament here at North Bend. Landon Pratt, Kingston McAdam, Trevor Jacobs due up against Colby Medeiros this half inning as Medeiros misses in with the first pitch, 1-0. So far today, Pratt 1 for 2, doubled in the first, struck out in the third. Pitch from Medeiros misses low. Count is 2-0. Medeiros hasn't allowed a hit since the third inning, but the Hustlers and Falcons, for that matter, too, the clock is winding down for these two teams. Here's the 2-1. That one misses low. 3-1. Again, winner of this game will advance to play either Central Point or the Ole's tomorrow. Whoever wins their game tonight. That pitch is popped up, shallow center field. Got to talk about it out there. It's Carson Sims who takes command and makes the catch. The first out in the 6th. And so with the fly out, it brings up Kingston McAdam. McAdam 0 for 2 today. Popped out in foul territory in the first, grounded into an inning-ending double play in the third. Takes a pitch beneath the zone for a ball, 1-0 here in the sixth. Trevor Jacobs due up next for Columbia Gorge. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Medeiros. It hits the batter and a base runner with one out in this inning. Second time Medeiros has hit a batter today. And Jacobs might be asked to lay something down. It looks like we're going to get a runner in for the catcher. See if we can't make out who that is out there. Is that Zeke Cervantes? All right. Class of 29 from the Dells, Zeke Cervantes aboard at first. Trevor Jacobs, he's 0 for 2 today. Stepping in now, Jacobs, a .297 hitter on this ball club. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs, 1-0. One out, so the infield going to try to turn two here if ball is hit hard enough to him. Medeiros and Tacchini chatting it over and probably saying the same thing. Keep the ball down. That last one missed up. Want to keep the ball down. Medeiros has done a great job of keeping the ball down today. Good lead off of first for Cervantes. The pitch in is hit foul. Count is even. A ball and a strike to Trevor Jacobs. Along with his .297 average, he's also driven in 16 runs this year. An OPS of .775, which is fourth best on the team. The 1-1 called a strike. Knee high on the outside corner. 1-2 to Jacobs. Cale Beardmore is on deck for Columbia Gorge. Medeiros set again. Here's the pitch. Misses well outside. 2-2. Medeiros set once more. The 2-2 home. That one misses outside. Big pitch on the way. Cervantes gets an extra half-step lead off the bag at first. The 3-2 home is going to miss in. And two men on with one man out. Brings up Cale Beardmore. These are the situations where if you're Columbia Gorge, don't know how many more of these you're going to get. Here in the sixth, scoreless ball game. This has been their best chance to score since, well, the first inning after a one-out double. Beardmore on the season, a .270 hitter. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Here's the first pitch. It's a chopper to the left side, and no one is there. Sims out of position, trying to hold the runner, maybe, unsure. But no one went for that baseball, and it'll be an infield single, and the bases are loaded. No one was home for that play, and Gunnar Bustos a chance to give the Hustlers a lead with the bases loaded. Bustos has reached on a fielder's choice today and flown out. Here's the pitch from Medeiros. That one is hit off his own foot, foul. He looks to be okay, unaffected. Now it's 0-1. Beardmore, 19 runs batted in this season. Pardon me, we're looking at Gunnar Bustos here. 25 runs batted in this season, the team leader in that category. Here's the 0-1. That one is hit to right field. Trustin Thomas going to make the catch. Tagging from third is Cervantes. The throw is going to be late, and Columbia Gorge has a lead, 1-0 in the top of the sixth. Everybody else advances as well. There's two outs in the inning as Jacobs goes to third and Beardmore to second. And Bustos add another to the RBI, maybe his biggest of the season, 26 on the year, and it gives his team a lead late in the tournament. Daley Miller, left-handed batter, stepping in now. Miller Chance to grow this lead. First pitch from Medeiros misses low, 1-0. Miller on the season, bats .261, 15 RBIs for him on the year. And we've got Coach Connor, I believe that's Coach Connor, yeah it is, up and out of the dugout. 84 pitches for Medeiros, as we'll see if this spells the end. I don't think it is. Medeiros has pitched well today, and it was a hit batsman and a walk after one out in the inning, and then the infield single, which was sort of inexplicable. It loaded the bases and then allowed Bustos for the sacrifice fly with the RBI. Now, there's 2 outs in the inning. Medeiros just needs one more to get out of it, and if you look at who's next for the Falcons in the bottom half of this inning, it is the top of their order with Sims, Hamilton, and Tacchini. Here's the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. The Falcons, who haven't played in many of these close games this season, won one on the first day, lost one yesterday. Going to have to clutch up here. The 2-0. Misses low, 3-0. After Miller, if he reaches, it's Chase Peterson. And they just give him the walk, it looks like. And that'll be it for Medeiros, as we've got a pitching change here in the 6th. As Miller works his way aboard and reloads the bases for the new arm. And we'll see who it winds up being here. Coming out of the bullpen, it's P.J. Safford. Falcons turn to him again here in the 6th. 1-0. We'll step aside next on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
New arm in the game for the Klamath Falls Falcons is P.J. Safford, which means no more DH for the Falcons either. Safford gave up the walk-off winner yesterday, looking to make good on this performance today. 1 run already home here in the top of the 6th for Columbia Gorge. And the bases are loaded for Chase Peterson. He's 0 for 1 today, flew out in the 2nd, laid down a sacrifice in the 5th. And Safford gets a fresh look, just needing 1 out to get himself out of this inning. Can't close the book on Colby yet. He's responsible for everybody out there. The pitch in. Nice curveball. Gets him started with a strike, 0-1. Safford going to be working out of the windup here. The 0-1 coming up from Safford. Gets the signal from Tacchini. Steps and delivers. Another curveball, 0-2. Safford's gone to the well back-to-back times, and we'll see where he goes here, working ahead of Peterson. Gets the signal from Tacchini again. The 0-2 fastball hit to right field. That one is down in front of Thomas, and a base hit. 2 runs will score. Trying to advance to second on that play is the runner, and the tag is not applied. Sims now trying to run down the runner at home, and the tag is made there. But a 2 RBI single for Chase Peterson, and Columbia Gorge leads 3-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th on mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Falcons needing a rally in the bottom of the sixth inning. 3-0, they trail in an elimination game at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament. It's Sims, Hamilton, and Takini, the top of the order, to try to get something going against Trevor Jacobs. Here's the first pitch. Taken for a ball low. Sims showing some patience there, 1-0. Sims walked his last time up in the third to go along with a fly out in the first. Falcons needing base runners. Here's the pitch to Sims. Swung on and missed, counts even. Sims on the year, bats .379. Gets on base 48% of the time. And again, that's the number that the Falcons need to come through here. Any way you can take it, any way you can make it, you'll take a base runner. But Sims watches a looping breaking ball go by for strike two. He's behind of Trevor Jacobs here. And the pitch. Sims lofts one to center field. The center fielder stumbles, and that one is going to get down for a hit. Sims trying to extend it into a double and gets thrown out. Overzealous on the base paths cost the Falcons a base runner in the sixth. And there's one out. Brings up Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton digging in, reached base in the first on a walk, then he grounded out in the third. Here's the pitch. Misses low, 1-0. Takini due up next for the Falcons if Hamilton can find a way aboard. The 1-0 is chopped to the left side. That is through for a base hit. Hamilton aboard, back-to-back singles to lead off this inning, although after the base running blunder, only one man aboard. And with one out, it brings up Jacoby Takini. Takini walked in the first, struck out in the fourth. All right, here's the pitch to Jacoby, the team leader in RBI. Second leading hitter on the team, sends a deep shot to left. It's in foul territory. The left fielder Pratt tracking it down, but he runs out of room. Count is 0-1. After Takini, it's Ian Meyer for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Jacobs, who's pitched well today, holding a shutout against the Falcons. Here's the 0-1. Misses wide, counts even, a ball and a strike to Jacoby Takini. .488 hitter, gets on base 56% of the time. Here's the 1-1. That one misses away. 2-1. Good take that time from Jacoby. Sees the curveball, watches it drift away. The wind blowing across the field, blowing pretty good from left to right. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Takini hits one to the right side foul, 2-2 to Jacoby. Gonna have to protect the zone against Jacobs. Comes set. McAdams sets the target, and the pitch is hit to right field. That is a diving catch in right by Sawyer Case. Stole an extra base hit for sure, and a highlight level play to put it 2 outs in the sixth. So here's Ian Meyer with 2 gone and a runner aboard. Meyer 0 for 2 in the ball game today. He has grounded into a double play and flown out so far today. He takes ball one low, 1-0. The team leader in average, still looking for his first hit in this elimination contest. Jacobs set with the 1-0. And now the pitch. It's an inside curveball that dips beneath the zone. 2-0 the count. Falcons fans on pins and needles to my left. Here's the 2-0 home. Misses wide, 3-0. And like I said, as the game goes on, you can try to preach stay loose all you want, but you undoubtedly tighten up. The 3-0 misses wide. Meyer works a walk. Brings up Colin Takini. Hamilton advances to second. Colin 0 for 2 today, and we'll see. Are we seeing a change here for Columbia Gorge, or are they sticking with Trevor Jacobs, who to this point has thrown well? As they discuss on the mound, we'll remind you that today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker, Holman Premier Realty. They know that little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. And Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty today. Jacobs sticks around at 81 pitches. He'll face Colin Takini, who's 0 for 2 today, with 2 men on and 2 men out. Colin on the season, a .360 hitter. He sends one on a line to short, and it is off the defender, or was it off the batter, or the runner? Runner should be out, right? Yes. The base umpire calls him out. Hamilton's trying to say it never hit him, but it doesn't matter. A line drive hit Hamilton, the base runner, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. And we go to the top of the 7th, 3-0. Columbia Gorge leads on mybasin.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Nine, 1, and 2 due up for the Hustlers in the top of the 7th against P.J. Safford, still out there throwing for the Klamath Falls Falcons. A 3-0 ball game, the Hustlers lead. It's Patricelli, Brody Steuben, and Landon Pratt due up this half inning for the Hustlers. We can close the book on Colby Medeiros, who at this point would be on the hook for the loss. Medeiros pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowing 3 hits and 3 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Safford came in relief, gave up a base hit that scored those runs that are credited against Medeiros. But now, Patricelli, who's 0 for 2, gets ready to step in. First pitch called a strike, 0-1. Safford going to be working quick out there, not wanting to waste any time. Here he comes with the 0-1. That one's lofted to shallow left field. Sims, just beyond the cut of the grass, puts that one away. 1 gone in the 7th. So back to the top of the order for Brody Steuben for the Hustlers. Steuben 1 for 3 today. He has flown out in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. Here's the pitch from Safford. Curveball, Steuben swings over the top of it. The count is 0-1. Again, one more game still yet to come today at the state tournament. Eugene Ole's taking on the Central Point Comets, scheduled for a 4 o'clock start. That pitch misses high. 1-1, the count to Steuben. The 1-1. That one is hit foul. Count is 1-2 to Steuben. Landon Pratt is due up next. Safford ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one skips to the plate. Counts 2-2. It's been 5 hits today for Columbia Gorge. Have turned into 3 runs as Safford delivers a pitch that's fouled back into the glove of Tacchini. And there's 2 gone in the inning. Brings up Landon Pratt. He's also 1 for 3 in the ball game today. Doubled in the first, struck out in the third, grounded out in the 6th. Safford, if he can make quick work of Columbia Gorge here in the 7th, would set his team up nicely. He leads off the next half inning to hit as the curveball is fouled off. In the next half for the Falcons, it'll be Safford, Thomas, and Teeters. They try to get something going down 3, but first Safford has to get through Pratt. The 0-1 pitch finds its way in the inside part of the plate. The count is 0-2. Batter steps out. Safford doesn't move at all. He's ready to go. Here's the 0-2. Curveball chopped foul. Count remains 0-2. A little bit of mind games being played here. The Hustlers know Safford likes to work quick, so Pratt taking all his allotted time that he can before stepping back into the box. And here we go. Here's the 0-2 again. Curveball, strike 3 looking. A beautiful pitch that time from Safford, and it got Pratt looking. We go to the last of the 7th with the Falcons needing 3 to tie or 4 to win in an elimination game of the state tournament. Back after this on mybasin.com.
Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance, and just a little bit about us. So we started in March of 2020, opened right before COVID hit. It's been a wild ride. So one of the things I'm super passionate about is this idea of being guides or think about like a map and compass. If you think about our job as physical therapists is to take a person who's had an injury and help them kind of go from point A to point B. And everybody's journey is different. It's never a straight line. It's nice to have someone that's been there, that's walked that path before many times. And so we see it as our honor and privilege to be able to walk with patients through those little steps along the way of getting back to doing the things they love. So to get a hold of us at Elevate, you can call our number at 541-887-2030. Check out our website, elevateptfp.com, or check us out on Instagram, shoot us a message.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Falcons trail by 3 in an elimination game at the Oregon State Tournament. P.J. Safford, Trustin Thomas, Ty Teeters against Trevor Jacobs for the Hustlers. Here's the pitch from Safford, a curveball, strike 1 looking. Safford today is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up in the 5th inning to go along with a ground out in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Safford. That curveball misses up. Counts even to PJ. He bats .333 on the season for the Falcons. Gets on base 42% of the time. That's what the Falcons need here as base runners. Pitch to Safford. Misses high and in. 2-1. Had to duck to get out of the way of that one. That was up by his helmet. Count is 2-1. Here is the pitch. That one misses low and away. Safford works ahead 3-1. If he finds his way aboard, now is the pitcher afforded a courtesy runner as well. Thomas waits on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one misses high and in, and Safford does work a walk, and we'll see if anyone follows him out here to take over as a courtesy runner, which assumedly they would. It's going to be Max Rogers. Rogers aboard at first, Trustin Thomas at the plate. Thomas 0 for 2 today. He struck out in the second, hit into a fielder's choice in the fifth. Trustin on the season bats .304, trying to come through in a big spot for his team again this season. Pitch to Trustin, misses low, 1-0. Up to 89 pitches for Trevor Jacobs. He's thrown well, but how much more does he have in the tank? Missing low on that pitch. Here's the offering to Thomas. That one finds the zone, about knee-high over the plate. Count is 1-1. Pitch on the way. Here it comes. Thomas waves and misses at the off-speed stuff. Count is 1-2 to Trustin with Ty Teeters due up next. Thomas digs back in. And a balk by the pitcher. Rogers gets second. I didn't see what the balk was, but he'll take it. Runner in scoring position now for Thomas. Eliminates the possibility of a double play ball. Now Thomas looking for a base hit, trying to score a run. The 1-2 home. Thomas fouls it off. Stays 1-2. This is the fourth time today that the Falcons have had a runner in scoring position, but so far today they haven't gotten anyone as far as third base. Bottom of the seventh. 1-2 count to Thomas. His team trails by 3. Here's the pitch. Thomas, line drive, right field, base hit. Runners will stay at the corners here for Ty Teeters, who represents the game's tying run. Jacobs staying out there. Here's Teeters. Teeters 0 for 2 today. Grounded out in the third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. Ty on the season bats .398. Jacobs set. The pitch. Teeters watches one miss low. 1-0. After Teeters, it's Harley Hoblet due up next for the Falcons. Nobody out, 2 men on, tying run at the plate, bottom of the seventh. Takes a pitch inside, does Teeters 1-1. As that one was a curveball that just slotted in the inside part of the zone. Nice pitch from Jacobs to work things even. Here's the 1-1. Teeters, ground ball up the middle. Shortstop up with it. On to second for 1. On to first. He pulls his foot. Oh, they called him out. Teeters is out. He must have pushed his foot back, but there's 2 outs, but a run scores. Falcons trail 3-1, but a 6-4-3 double play extinguishes any possibility of other base runners. The Falcons going to have to start from scratch with 2 outs and Hoblet at the plate. Here's the first pitch. It hits Hoblet. Runner back on. Coach is out of the dugout. I don't think he called time. Now they're going to keep him in. Wants one more out. Here's Carson Sims. Chance to keep the season alive here for the Falcons. They trail by 2. 1 runner on, 2 outs in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Sims. Misses low. The count is 1-0. Sims going with no batting gloves here. One of the more superstitious players on the team, trying to change something up. See if he can't make it happen. Pitch to Sims up above the letters 2-0. The catcher, McAdams, comes out and has a chat with Jacobs. He's closing in on 100 pitches. His absolute maximum is 110. He's pitched phenomenally today against the Falcons. He's made big pitches when it's mattered. He's induced a couple of big double plays, one most recently here in this inning. Falcons trail by a pair, but Sims is ahead 2-0 in the count. Here's the pitch. Sims looking to show bunt. Then he pulls back, and the pitch misses. Counts 3-0. That looked pretty good, but Sims gets a gift. Here's the 3-0 home. That one is called a strike to Sims. He works ahead here 3-1. See how Jacobs comes here. This is pitch number 101 for the right-hander. Chopped foul. And the Falcons down to their final strike of the season. 3-2. 2 outs, down by 2. Representing the tying run at the plate is Carson Sims. Jacobs set. The pitch. Rolled to third, foul. We'll do it again. If Sims finds a way aboard, Corbin Hamilton will be up next. Again, 3-2, runner at first, Sims in at the plate. McAdams issues the signal to Jacobs. Here's the pitch. That one misses down and in. Good eye from Sims. He works a walk. And that will bring up Corbin Hamilton and will likely spell the end for Trevor Jacobs. He's got 7 more pitches to work with, but he has given up some walks, and the coach clapping. He's going to get a standing ovation from the Columbia Gorge fans in attendance today, as he should. He's pitched a phenomenal ball game today. We'll see where they go to try to get the final out of this one. The Falcons trail by 2, and the tying run is on base with Hamilton due up next. We'll come back on mybasin.com.
Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Chase Peterson, the right-hander in the game for Columbia Gorge. He is making his 9th appearance of the summer, his 6th in relief. He's thrown 19 previous innings and has an ERA of 3.31. Just needing 1 out to end this ball game. Falcons trail 3-1. They've got 2 men on, 2 men out. Hamilton represents the winning run. Here's the pitch from Chase Peterson to Hamilton. Finds the zone. Count is 1-0. Pitch in around the knees on the outside part of the plate. Hamilton falls behind. He singled his last time up in the 6th. Walked in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1. That one in the turf. A good read by the men on base. Hoblet at 2nd. Sims on 1st. No one advancing. Counts 1-1 to Corbin Hamilton. If we get there, Jacoby Tacchini is due up next for Klamath Falls. Going to have the pitcher step off. Hoblet trying to play some mind games out there, getting ahead of the pitcher. See if it helps out his own cause. The 1-1 home to Hamilton. Finds the outside corner. And again, for the 2nd time today, the Falcons down to their final strike of the season. Hamilton gonna have to protect. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Hamilton hits a fly ball to center field. Beardmore moving over. He cannot make the catch. 1 run scores. Sims is sent. Can the tying run score? The throw is late. We're tied. Tied in the 7th. Hoblet from 2nd. Sims all the way from 1st. It's a brand new ball game. 3-all in the 7th. And the winning run in scoring position. Beardmore ran a long way to bring that one in, but it fell down just in front of him. A good effort, but a perfectly placed baseball extends the season. Jacoby Tacchini, the team leader in RBI, stepping in with a chance to end this one. Misses up, 1-0. A question presents itself, do you walk to Keeney and face Meyer? And so they do. Meyer a chance to be the hero. I've said it once today, or I've said it once earlier in the tournament, I suppose. Meyer has said it how many times? Why not us? Meyer getting ready to step in and try to pay off, make his promise good. Barrett aboard at first, replacing Takini. But that run doesn't matter as much as Hamilton's does at second. Tied at 3, bottom of the 7th. Meyer looking for his first hit of the day, and he takes strike 1. Meyer, the team leader in average, walked his last time up. The pitch to Meyer. This is low. 1-1. If Meyer finds his way aboard without ending the ball game, Colin Takini is due up next. The 1-1. Meyer hits one! A base hit! Coming in to score is Hamilton! The throw is late! The Falcons win! 4-3! Another walk-off winner in the state tournament! Mobbed is Meyer! Why not you, young man? The Falcons are victorious and live to play another day. We'll be back in 2 minutes on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Well, no one ever said it would be easy for the Klamath Falls Falcons here at the Oregon Single-A Legion State Tournament. A second walk-off victory for the Falcons to stave off elimination. How sweet it is. 4-3 the final. The Falcons 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. For Columbia Gorge, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher today is P.J. Safford, who worked an inning and a third in relief. PJ's final line score, 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 2 batters. The losing pitcher, it should, as I'm going to do some quick looking at the book, I think it's going to be Chase Peterson, who gave up the base hit to Hamilton, who eventually scored the winning run. And so I'm going to say Peterson was the losing pitcher, pitched no recorded outs, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 1 batter as well. And despite not earning a decision, I want to highlight what a splendid job both starting pitchers did today. For the Falcons, 5 2/3 innings pitched for Colby Medeiros, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks. For Columbia River Gorge, Trevor Jacobs pitched his heart out today. 6 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits and 3 runs. He walked 6 batters and struck out 3 through 103 pitches in what was a winning effort all the way until the final hit off the bat of Ian Meyer, the senior. The graduated senior playing his last year of eligibility. Could have been the last at-bat of his baseball career. And he extended it with 1 swift swing, and the Falcons are victorious 4-3. Offensively for the Falcons today, Corbin Hamilton was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. He had a run scored. He was the only Falcon with multiple hits today. They got 1 hit each from Carson Sims, Colin Tacchini, P.J. Safford, and Trustin Thomas, but none bigger than the one off the bat of Ian Meyer to send the Falcons to Sunday. Now as we look ahead, the Falcons hope that the Oles can defeat Central Point, because if the Oles win, that means the Falcons are off to the regional and will play in Casper, Wyoming, regardless of the outcome of the state championship series. Now, if Central Point defeats Eugene tonight, that means that the Falcons would have to play Central Point again to put themselves in a winner-take-all championship game tomorrow afternoon. Stay updated on the bracket at mybasin.com. As for now, if I can get my voice back, try to drink some water, this about does it for us today on mybasin.com. A 4-3 win for the Falcons. They send the Columbia River Gorge Hustlers home here from the state tournament. A great season. Congratulations to the Columbia Gorge River Hustlers for a great year and making it to the Final Four here at the Single A Legion State Tournament. Want to thank everybody involved with making today's broadcast possible. Both head coaches, Sean Teeters for the Falcons and Pat Clark for the Hustlers. Also want to give a shout out to a team mom for the Hustlers today. I think it was Gunnar Bustos' mom for giving us access to their team stats today. Couldn't have done it without her. Also want to give a big shout out to our public address announcer and official scorer up here in the box with me, Julie, who's been great all week long. And thanks to you for joining us for another edition of Klamath Falls Falcons Baseball. We live to play another day. Don't get tired of me yet. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. First pitch is scheduled for 1 o'clock. Whether it's against Central Point or Eugene yet, we don't know. Stay updated on our website, mybasin.com, and I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Until then, enjoy your Saturday. My name is Josh Eldridge saying so long from Clyde Allen Field at the Oregon coast.